More organizations have started to talk about power, how to share it, and move closer to those most affected by the problems being addressed. Participatory grantmaking is one approach that funders have been using to try and shift power. In 2020, Fund for Shared Insight created a participatory grantmaking initiative as one of the ways it works toward its mission: to improve philanthropy by promoting high-quality listening and feedback in service of equity. The process involved a design team to develop the mission, as well as the geographies to focus on. Then, a grant-making group made decisions about how to distribute grant dollars to groups that had been identified. ORS Impact talked to both groups to learn about their experiences with the participatory process, particularly about the degree to which they felt power shifted. Group members were pleased overall. They gained increased knowledge about philanthropy, stronger connections with others doing similar work, even joy and inspiration. Shared Insight learned too about changing their ideas about the focus and supporting inclusive processes. Most interesting, though, were the ways group members talked about power. Many people think about power as controlling decisions, agendas, and narratives. In that frame, it's easy to think that power means having a seat at the table only to make decisions about money. But we heard many different things from those involved, so we looked for additional ways to understand power. One framework, Visions of Vital Power, goes beyond traditional ideas of power to include power within, power with, and power to. Cherie Teng and Sammy Nunez's framework of transformative love shows us how love is an action that must be tied to concepts of power to achieve justice. Group members talked about examples of the power people and communities have within, such as the power in sharing one's perspective, or the inherent power of groups already doing important work in communities, whether they are funded or not. We also heard about the power of doing work together and power in community relationships and connections. Participants noted that a one-time process with boundaries and limits preset by funders will inherently limit how much power can really shift. And they are pushing for the vision of a shared fight for collective liberation, not a one-time project. They raised questions of who gets to decide how much power is enough and what kind of power matters. Learn more about this participatory process and 3 frameworks for understanding power. We invite you to check it out and use these ideas to think about your own work and how power might be used differently.